Rock 108, Iowa's Pure Rock. Hey, it's Ned and
Russ.
James.
Whose phone's
Whose
ringing?
phone?
Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh,
As soon
God.
as we start, your phone goes off.
This was a number I didn't even know. But we're back again. Oh, now my phone's next to the recording device. It's making all sorts of sounds. All right, we're good. This is what it's all about, loosey-goosey.
Wonderful start.
Last time we were talking about the songs that we listened to while we were in high school, which we all had a different variety of songs that we listened to, different generational
And I
differences.
couldn't join in on that one
Right.
because record players weren't invented yet.
Right. Is that right? Were you listening on like, what the hell were you listening on?
Hit one of those giant
There
ear
you go.
things
Yeah.
stick in your ear.
Stick in your ear.
What?
His master's voice.
He knows all. But last time we talked about the difference in high school music because I like the generational gap that we all have. And today, I'm the youngest one. Peyton was the youngest one last time, and now James, and then Russ.
Yeah, the whole staff is like 10 years apart.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what's so interesting to do these because last time we talked about high school, and this time we're talking about college. First of all, did we all go to college?
Yes.
We all went to college,
Yeah.
right? Where did we all go?
I went to Wartburg College in Waverly for a radio major, and I was there at the turn of the century.
Cool.
So that's when I was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you sound old when you say turn
The
of the
turn
century?
of the
But
century.
it still doesn't seem like that was 18 years ago. I mean, to me, in my
I know.
mind, it feels like it was
Yesterday.
5 years,
Yeah.
maybe.
It's so long. Well, and I graduated. What years, I guess? What years did you
I
graduate?
was there 99, 2000 through 2002.
2002. I was in high school. I was just pretty much starting high school. I was in middle school in 99.
Oh, my God.
I'm only 30, by the way. I'm only 30. We don't have to tell our ages here if we don't want to. But Wartburg
30s,
College.
40s, almost 40s,
Almost 40.
50s.
Yeah, see, that's cool. Like you said, 10 years
Yeah.
apart. Now, Russ, where did you go to college? Where at?
I went to
Alabama?
Worcester State College in Worcester, Massachusetts, which
Worcester.
nobody can pronounce. If you're from there, you say Worcester.
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 And it's one of the old teachers' colleges in Massachusetts, and
Oh, cool.
I took media.
Took media.
I took the radio station.
Yeah.
I hardly took anything else. I just hung
That's kind of
all
what
day.
I did.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be TV and journalism and stuff,
Yeah.
and I just I barely went to those classes.
Yeah.
Right. I was never interested in TV, yet I had to take them
Yeah,
in order
same
to
here.
get my BA.
I was never interested in education.
Still not. What years did you go?
I graduated in 82.
82. Cool.
So what's that, 79 to 82?
Depending if you're a super senior or not.
No.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. I did it in 4 years.
Did 4 years. Got
Yay,
it done.
4 years!
Yeah, there you go. Good stuff. Well, I went to Eastern Michigan University, over by Detroit, by Ann Arbor, that area, from 2007 to 2010. But I went to
3 years?
Yeah, but I did go to some community college in Grand Rapids Community College for 2 years.
She only had a couple.
Right,
Yeah.
and then none of my credits transferred, so then I just had to retake the classes again, which I think is bullshit, by the way, the whole credit transfer. Oh, well, we didn't learn this right in this place, so we got to not bring it over to this place.
Post-high school education, for the most part, is bullshit.
It is.
Most kids don't deserve to go. Most kids shouldn't go.
Yeah.
If you have a very high GPA and you're going into sciences or math, fine. Otherwise, get a damn job.
Yeah, you do not
And you won't-
need college.
You won't have those bills.
Yeah. I'm still stuck with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
Oh, and I
here.
will be for a long time.
Yeah.
My wife, even worse, master's degree.
Oh, my God.
We're just never going to be debt free.
I just realized you went to EMU.
I did. I went to EMU. And then there was a thing. It's the Eastern Michigan Eagles, but we all wanted to be the Emus.
Yes,
I mean,
you should've been
how?
the Emus.
Yeah, why not? The Eastern Michigan Emus. And there was a petition for that. No one signed it. But it would have been cool if they did.
You didn't even sign it?
I signed it.
My high school team were the Trojans, and we always giggled
Trojans.
every time we said it.
Did you just
Broke
break
the chair.
Only the finest things here at NRG Media Waterloo. Should we edit that?
No, I'd leave it in. Look,
Too late now.
I said
the finest carpeted walls.
Yeah, see?
come on.
If they were shag,
that would be so much
oh
better.
my God, stroke the furry walls.
Yeah.
Stroke them.
Like VW bus shag, orange and yellow.
We should get curtains in here.
Yeah.
There's a window. You can't see it on camera, but there's a window. We could get a curtain over that.
We could. Well, we have blinds. There's like a blind right there, and it just goes into the other prod studio. It's like, so you don't want to look at someone while they do their thing? Like, what's the big, who cares? But we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we
College, obviously.
Right.
We had all very different musical tastes. Should we start older to youngest, youngest to oldest? What do you think?
However you want to do it. I think we should start with the most prepared,
Okay.
which is always JP,
Yeah,
no matter what we're doing. The guy prepares for everything. Look, he even brought in CDs.
And the coffee.
Last time we heard Peyton had a stack of CDs.
She did,
So I was like,
yes.
oh, I need to
really?
bring show and tell.
Well, mine are all lost at my parents' house in Michigan. I mean, they're all on an iPod, so I don't have that option to bring in my epic CDs.
Yeah, mine are mostly vinyl.
Yeah, see? There you
So
go.
since I was there, I was in basically college 98 through 2002. So 2 years either way of this century.
Yeah.
I'll just run through them real quick. Static X Machine.
Oh, yeah.
Their
What's
second album?
What was the hit single on that?
Cold was on there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's an oxymoron. There was no hit single. on that.
Right, yeah, that's a good point.
How about Stain's first album?
That's an
Dysfunction?
amazing
That's a
record.
good one, man.
I
Yeah.
don't have the cover, sorry.
Here's a CD.
I lost that.
Have you ever seen him solo, by the way?
No, but he's coming to Cedar Rapids doing
He
his country
is.
stuff.
The solo show is amazing, and it's not all country. It's a lot of acoustic singer-songwriter. He's turned into a musician's musician, and it's such an amazing show.
Kind of like Hootie.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hootie, but
Kinda
better.
Like Hootie.
But better, really. Better
I'll
than
live
Hootie.
with you.
All right, here's a forgotten one. Candlebox, Happy Pills.
Oh,
I
man.
love them.
Their third album. Yep.
See, I did not. This is the only one I've really listened to so far, and I'm trying to think of what's on this first Stained album here.
No, that's Just Go and Mud Shovel.
Mud Shovel, yeah.
So
okay.
when this album came out, I was in radio, well into my radio career, and I actually broke them on rock radio.
No kidding.
They were released alternative, and I said, you know what? This is a rock band. And I played them, and they weren't going to become a rock band. They were going to be a little alternative band, and they broke huge nationally. So I became friends with Kevin. What's his
Kevin
name?
Martin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
And I actually took them to their first appearance on David Letterman.
No way.
Whoa,
And I
no
was
way.
backstage in the green room with his mother the whole time. Isn't my son great? He's amazing. Oh, yeah, he's great. He's
Good
See, I
guys,
don't-
though.
very good.
I hate it when you
guys.
hear stories about a band that you idolize. Like Nate
He
Candle.
brought his
Yeah.
mother to the
Yeah,
show. How could he
yeah.
be a bad guy?
Yeah.
You know, he was a great guy.
If I was like,
Great
I would
band.
bring my mom to the show too. I mean, how awesome! I would love to do that for my mom. I mean, it'd be so rad.
Did they do Far Behind? I'm
They did.
curious. Okay.
Yeah.
The Limp Bizkit album without Wes Borland.
Results may vary.
Now, did you know how much of a nerd thing that was at the time, or did it take you a while to realize I'm being really?
So you're saying you're not a fan of Limp Bizkit? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like Fred Durst. No one likes Fred Durst. I always liked it because of Wes Borland. I love the way
Yeah.
he plays guitar, but he wasn't on this. But I still liked it.
That's a really interesting way to save face.
It is. I've always been. I know you like Limp Bizkit too,
I
but
do,
I've always
I do.
been a Limp Bizkit fan. This
Yeah.
is when there were the rumors that he was sleeping around with Britney Spears,
Yeah.
and one of the songs.
I
is
think he
about
was,
her.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did a cover of Behind Blue Eyes.
They did, and that was the big one.
Which
off of that
everyone
one.
hates. I
No,
liked
know.
it.
I thought it was all right, except when they put Stephen Hawking in it for a second. Discover.
Yeah, it was
whatever
like
that
the
part.
teaching spell.
Yeah, the speaking spell.
Yeah,
I'm just
speaking
like,
spell.
why is this in this? But I loved it, and I remember driving around in high school because I was in high school at that time, and just driving around in my friend's LeBaron. And listening to it in his CD player that had to put a tape into the tape deck in order to play it on the portable CD player.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
remember
those.
Yeah.
Fuel's Natural Selection. This was their
Great.
third
That's
album.
great.
Falls on Me. Won't back
Oh, I
down.
forgot about Falls on Me.
All right, who remembers this band? Full Devil Jacket. Anyone?
Vaguely, I do.
No, I have no idea.
I couldn't name you a song.
Now you know. Where did you go?
Still can't
But-
name you a song.
But
I
I love backstories of bands.
Can I see the cover too?
This band, this vocalist, he was so
Oh, yeah. I definitely remember
so
this.
wrecked on heroin during the recording sessions. Apparently, he does not even remember recording it.
Oh man.
And I mean, it's starting to sound a little dated.
Yeah.
But for not being able to read or remember anything you're in the studio doing, it's pretty amazing. Listen, he cleaned himself up now. He's a born again Christian. And-
No, okay.
I'm kind of like that with the entire decade of the 80s.
fresh out of college.
All right, let's see if you guys know who the singer of this band is.
I do know who the lead singer
Moto
of that band
Greater.
is. Oh yeah, I know that band quite well.
He goes by the name Ghost on that album, I believe.
Yep.
Never heard of him.
But he might
Moto
be
Greater,
He might be a little well known for another band today.
Yeah.
which is
Five Finger Death Punch.
really.
Ivan,
And you were into them when they were Moto Greater.
They only put out one album, and it's still great. I mean, It's odd. It doesn't sound anything really like Five Finger.
No,
no one else was in the band except for
Yeah,
Ivan.
but more importantly, you just got your cred back after Fred Durst. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they actually played when Spicoli's was the Reverb. Moto Greater played there.
They played there I think last year I went and saw Mushroomhead.
Yeah.
And Mushroomhead. No, it was Dope. Dope played at the reunion tour, and Moto Greater opened up for them. There was so much stage, they actually had to put some of the band members on the floor in order to make it work. But it was so cool, man. It was amazing to see live.
Garbage, second album, version
Great
2.0. It's special,
Great
push
band.
it. Yep.
Great band.
I've always Shirley Manson is from Scotland, and that Scottish accent always just,
Gets it.
We had that discussion in the studio the other day.
Yeah, we were talking about accents. The Smashing Pumpkins, The Machines of God, Machina. It was
I've never been a Smashing.
What's the hit off that?
Not a huge.
There wasn't one. The Everlasting Gaze, Stand Inside Your Love.
Yeah.
It was just different. I loved it. No one cared.
The newly partially reunited the Smashing Pumpkins.
Social Burn. This was a band out of Florida. Put out 2 albums. They broke up. Didn't have any hits.
All right,
but I liked them.
No idea.
I wrote down some more, but I've taken up enough time.
Yeah, you do. Well, wait, you got the Marilyn Manson one.
Yeah,
I'm kind of curious.
I think this was after I was out of college, but this was the golden age of grotesque. My favorite Manson record.
Favorite Manson record.
I also want to mention too. This was when I was in college. This is when Linkin Park first broke out, and I love that album.
Yeah.
I would go in our production room at the radio station, lock the door, and we had padded rooms like this, and I would crank that entire album. That first Linkin Park record. It was so
Hybrid
good.
Theory, man.
Yeah.
It was just
So why wasn't that
everywhere.
on your list?
I don't know where the album is. I have it
It's
somewhere.
we do have a copy in the.
I could've grabbed the
could've
studio
grabbed that one, But man, you do have actually a little bit extra list there as well too. So
Well, this was when Puddle of Mud also broke out.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
their first.
was that Come Clean? Was that their first
Yeah,
album?
yep.
Okay.
And how about Chevelle?
Oh,
Before Send the Pain Below and The Red, they had an album called Point Number 1.
Yeah.
And
I thought Chevelle has been out a long time.
they have.
And we
They
played
have been
that
a
song
while.
on Rock 108 when I first started in 1999. The song was called Point Number 1, and it's not well produced. I mean, it's very rough sounding.
Yeah.
But it was good, and that's how they got their start.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think of some other bands that first came out, and then Filter's Title of Record was another one I listened to nonstop.
I know you're quite the Filter fan. I am aware of that.
Yeah,
I was like,
I'm an odd Filter fan. I pick and choose. There's some albums I like, some I hate.
Yeah.
But the title of record had Take a Picture, Welcome to the Fold.
Yeah.
What's
definitely.
the last album you've listened to in its entirety? That was new, like you bought it as a new album and listened to it front to back.
Oh, my gosh.
Because people just don't do that
They
anymore.
don't, man. And I want them
Even
to,
us,
you know?
even we don't do that
I
anymore.
can't
It's hard to do.
I can't even think of the last time because I still have a CD player in my car. I can't remember the last time I just
You just
put a
mentioned
new album
mine.
in.
Hybrid Theory.
Yeah?
It's
It's
the
first
last
one.
time
Wow,
Really?
yeah.
that I had an album that I used to listen to front and back, forwards and backwards, loved it. I haven't done it since then.
I still listen to White Zombie's Astro Creep all the time. And
Yeah.
that's over 20 years old, 25 years old almost.
It's funny, you just don't look as creepy as the music you listen to.
No piercings, some tattoos. Where are they at?
I remember when Marilyn Manson's Mechanical Animals came out. That's when he had the prosthetic. Well, it looked like he had a bodysuit on, but he had breasts.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was flat down there. And I turned the album cover inside out on the CD because I didn't want my parents to see it. Because it was, as a parent, if my daughter
Yeah.
came home and brought
Yeah.
something like
that's
that, I'd be like,
true.
"What are you listening to?"
Yep, exactly.
His name
Even
is-
then, you were a considerate human.
I was.
He really is the most considerate guy at the
Yeah,
station.
he makes it. Yeah, he's definitely, dude. Well, for sure. So, who do we want to move on to next?
I'll go next
Okay.
because it'll be quick because none of you are going to know any of this.
You don't know that.
I'm going to bet.
right.
Well, some you will.
Okay.
So this was the height of punk and new wave when I was in college.
Yep.
So Sex Pistols,
Oh, yeah.
huge. I remember hearing a song, it is only children of the rich that tend to be effing good looking. And I was like, oh, my God, that's so true.
I can't name one Sex Pistol.
can't
Oh, my God,
either.
who killed Bambi?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know it.
God Save the Queen.
Okay, I know that.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
that.
All right.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
all
because Motley Crue covered
Yeah,
it. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So Sex Pistols, huge. Of course, Ozzy and Judas Priest. And the first Motley Crue album came out, 81 or 82.
Yeah, and that was, I imagine at that point, something to see.
Yeah.
That strip look,
And then I didn't have the hair for it, but all the new wave bands, all the British new wave bands, I was totally down. The Cure, The Jam, Dave Edmunds, Nick Lowe, Rockpile, Elvis Costello, any of that mean anything to any of you?
Yeah.
Costello, yes.
Yeah.
The rest of
Okay.
them, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. What, Depeche Mode?
Depeche Mode, yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, I was totally into that stuff. But it was weird because you could go from, Depeche Mode to Priest easily. You would mix them on the radio station, and nobody thought any differently. Now they're like two genres that are 180 degrees
Yeah,
apart.
extremely.
But we would also play, my college radio station was weird. We would also play Stevie Nicks.
So it was like a mix of this and that, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played everything. Tom Petty was releasing albums then. We were playing Petty. The Rocky Horror Picture Show album was
Still have that myself.
huge. Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go to shows?
I have not been to a live show,
Okay,
but I've
you
seen,
should.
obviously, the movie and the soundtrack and all the
I mean,
above,
you were
know.
made for a Rocky Horror live show.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Never seen Rocky Horror.
It was an event.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing.
Damn it, Janet.
Damn it, Janet. Do the pelvic thrust.
Yeah, the pelvic thrust, and then there was Meatloaf. It was in
Yep.
the movie too. He was randomly there.
Yep.
I always figured if I was ever going to be in that musical, I would be Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Hot patootie.
Or,
Bless my
or
soul.
Pregnant Dennis the Menace, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it may be. That bastard.
So that's it. I mean, it was a different era, but
Yeah.
I mean, we thought of it as being groundbreaking because everything was new.
Yeah.
Like, punk was new, new wave was named new, and it was. I mean, all these new sounds were coming out, and it was kind of a groundbreaking era for music.
So was it kind of in a way, since I was just a toddler at this time, how
Of course you were.
how like
Thank you.
Nirvana and the Seattle bands kind of killed off the hair bands? Is that what kind of killed off disco too in the 70s?
Absolutely.
The new wave. Yeah.
New Wave killed off disco, and it also killed off rock a little bit. In fact, Judas Priest's first album came out, and they were so afraid of it because rock had taken a lull. They were so afraid of releasing Judas Priest that they made up a term, and the term they made up was New Wave Metal.
Ah, yeah.
So
New
that they
Wave
could
Metal.
market it next to Depeche Mode and The Cure and all that.
That seems so odd now when you say that Judas Priest
Yeah.
with Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they called it New Wave Metal.
New wave metal, and their new album kicks ass. By
Yeah.
the way, Judas Priest. I love that. So good. Firepower.
So there you go. There's my preparation.
Yeah, I'm similar. I got a piece of paper. Well, and I'll wrap up on my end, obviously, here. Being the youngest one of this crowd here
Yes, you are.
today, graduated college 2010. One of my big albums when I first started going to Eastern was a Serj Tankian's first solo album.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
the lead singer of System of a Down. He had Elect the Dead. And I don't know why I loved that lyric in this one song called "We Are the Cause of a World Gone Wrong," and I was just like, "It's true life, man. It's what it is, you know."
There
and
was
Empty Walls.
That's the one we
That's the
played. I
one,
knew there
yes.
was a song we played.
That's
off
so
that.
deep, though. I didn't know he was in a band before System of the Down.
No, this
No,
is
this
after.
was
This is
after.
after.
Oh, it was after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it's not really after, System of a Down still technically
Yeah.
around.
Well, true.
But they don't
Tour.
do a lot, so which sucks. And I've been bitching about it for a long time, and I love that band so much. So
Yeah.
good.
They
Well,
played around
should-
here quite a bit.
Should we inform people of your previous alter ego?
Oh, there's a lot of what alter
Metalhead Ned.
Oh, that's right. Before I started here at Rock 108, I was always considered Metalhead Ned. I even have T-shirts.
Yeah.
I have T-shirts, and anything that was heavy metal, I dealt with either from '80s hair to today. You know?
He was the metalhead kid at the radio
I
station.
was
you know?
that guy,
Yeah.
and it was cool. And everyone's like, "Yeah, Metalhead Ned," you know. And they'd come up to me, and they'd smell like all sorts of different weird substances. It was always fun.
Patchouli.
It was a good time. But so Serj Tankian was a huge one
Yep.
for me. I was addicted to that song. Slipknot's "All Hope Is Gone" album. I was into that, and not because of Psychosocial, but
No, it was because of the masks.
right, that well, and then the final track on that album, "All Hope Is Gone," is like easily one of the best songs on that album that no one knows about. And I would sit in my old apartment by myself as an RA, just being like, man, I don't know. I was in a weird mood when I was in college.
Okay, so I always wanted to know because
Yeah.
I was an adult at this time.
Okay.
And when all these bands with masks came out, I didn't know any kids to say, "What the fuck? Why?"
Yeah.
So let me ask you, what the fuck?
I love the theatrics, but one of my favorite band is Kiss of all time. The theatrics of it, and you're not.
So it was because of the masks that you like the band.
No, but I love this music, man. I've always loved the music. Came first, and I didn't realize what they looked like until after I saw it. And I listened to the music first, and then I saw the band.
I think it's intrigued people, whether you knew the songs or not. I mean, you would see them with their masks on, and I mean, even now, you're like, what is that? What are they about?
Yeah, it's like a mystique, essentially. You know?
I've told you guys the story, but I'll tell the audience that Slipknot played a show for a radio station I was working at in Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, and it was an amazing good show. And I'm walking the audience after the Slipknot set, and this little kid comes bouncing, literally bouncing. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Hey, Russ, hey, Russ, hey, Russ, what'd you think of the show? And I said, who are you? And he said, it's me, Corey, man. And I'm like, how am I supposed to know who you are?
Yeah, you're in this thing. I can't see who you are. But that's what's fun about it, because you were more concerned about the music and the mystique of it all than necessarily like who's the big celebrity behind the mask, you know? I don't know why. It just always kind of was my thing. Mushroom Head the same way.
Yeah.
Guar, Kiss, whatever. Lordy, when I'll throw them in there too, you know?
It almost, in a way, too, makes... Because Maynard James Keenan is pretty forefront about this. Music comes first rather than their own persona.
Yeah.
And, whether you could say Taylor's the face of Slipknot, but at the same time, before everyone knew what they looked like,
I love
his
post Slipknot stuff. I like so much more than
he's a great artist.
Yeah, definitely. Well, moving on, Metallica, Death Magnetic was released around that time too. We played the entire album nonstop in my dorm room. It was just always going on, choking down White Castle, listening to Death Magnetic from Metallica. It just was.
It's another generation gap, because you say that to me and it blows my mind, because I remember when I was elementary, that's when the Black Album came out. So everyone had it on cassette tape, and everyone wanted to play drums like Lars.
Great album.
So I mean, to you that was like, oh yes, and
yeah, same thing.
I don't even think I own Death Magnetic.
Yeah, see, we did. That's all we listened to, and that's what we did.
I saw Metallica at the Channel Club in Boston. Holds about 500 people on the first album. Wow. I had no idea who they were.
Who would have thought?
I knew I was supposed to go see them because they were going to be hot. The record, one of the record chicks took me, and I left the show saying, too many notes.
And lo and behold,
they're not gonna be anything.
Oh, jeez, nothing at all for Metallica. Now here's one that some of you might roll your eyes on, but it's an extension of my high school. Sum 41 released an album called Underclass
Love them.
Hero.
Come on.
I love that band. I always have. And the song is called With Me, which turned out to be my wife and I's song we danced to at our wedding.
Oh, is it a slower song?
It is a slower song, yep. And I remember listening to it, and I was dating her at the time.
Did she buy into it okay?
Oh, she bought into it. She loves the song, man.
Okay.
It was amazing.
All right.
Next one, too. My Chemical Romance's Welcome to the Black Parade.
That's cool.
Love that one. Always a good one.
Are you a big fan of theirs? The whole the band?
Not a huge fan.
There's a couple songs I like.
Just a couple, not a lot. But that song, Welcome to the Black Parade, was always just kind of good. Now here's a band that some of you may know, some of you might not know, but Death Clock.
Nope.
Going back to the metal roots, was a TV show, but was also a fake band.
Yeah.
They released an album called Death Album 2, which really showcased the music talent of all those members.
Is it death metal?
It is death metal, for sure. And the lead singer, Brendan Small, interviewed him, but the drummer is Gene Hoglan, who also happens to be the drummer of Testament.
Okay,
So,
that's cool.
It's awesome.
Sure.
And last but not least,
I don't know.
Say, that's the Metalhead Ned coming out there. That's what that is. And
Well, you know Testament.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I don't know any
Can't
songs.
go wrong. Chuck Billy, man, that neck of his. Raw. And last but not least, Kiss released Sonic Boom.
I was wondering when
Couldn't
Kiss
get
was
enough
going to
of
make
it.
this.
Yeah, Sonic Boom released, and I'm like, this is so great. And it's been so long since Kiss released any kind of new material, and people were like, great, it's probably going to suck, but it turned out to be a pretty good album.
Can't
for
go
Kiss.
wrong with Kiss. In fact, their 80s stuff I think was amazing.
Yeah, it was especially if you watch videos of like from the 70s and the 80s. Like in the 80s, they were jumping all over the place. They were crazy. Yeah. And nowadays, they're like, we're getting old. and we know we are.
Gene has acted old since forever.
Yeah.
He always came off like your grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good old Uncle Gene.
Yeah.
I will pose a question to you guys, because I thought of it this morning when I was trying to prepare. Is there an album that maybe your roommate listened to or someone on your floor
Oh, my God, yes!
That just drove you nuts, or
Please let me do this one.
I think I might have.
all right? Because I wrote down 2 of them.
Okay.
It's about Russ is excited, so we'll let him.
This is such a good question. That's why. Because I went to Worcester State College, which was a state school, and he shared the dorm with us. And he played Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry at full volume, day and night. I guess it was, I'm sure it was new at the time. And it wasn't just the album, it was pretty much only the song.
No, God.
I woke up
On
to it.
repeat.
I went to bed to it.
So now every time you hear that song, that's what you think. It brings
I
back that
think
memory.
of that dorm in college. It was crazy.
Play that funky.
And I would retaliate with Marshall Tucker.
Rebellion.
For me, it was my sophomore year. Jason Eulenhock, if you're listening, you'll remember this.
Jason!
He was my roommate. Kid Rock came out in '98 with Devil Without a Cause. And Ba It to Ba, Only God Knows Why, Bull God. And he played that album nonstop, over and over and over. And at the time, and I've told this many people over the years, this is a one-hit wonder. No one's ever going to listen to this again. No one's ever going to hear from Kid Rock after this ever.
Guess what?
I was way wrong on that.
That's one I called over the phone. I called Atlantic Records once, and on hold, they were playing, and coming in September, the new artist Kid Rock, and they were playing it. And when the Atlantic record girl picked up, I said, "That's going to be huge. That's going to be huge." Now, is that Dad Rock now? Am I? Because I love Kid Rock.
It might be. It's just kind of weird.
I've always heard, and you need to see Kid Rock in concert.
Oh, he's amazing.
It's more like its own festival.
Yeah.
Almost, because
really
and he's so
is.
great to the fans, and he has cheap tickets. Because he's got enough money. He doesn't. He doesn't have to do any of that.
He'll be
anymore.
playing Great Jones County Fair along with Uncle Ted.
Yeah, in
It's
July.
going to be Detroit. All is going to be in Iowa that night.
Another band that I think was about the time I was leaving college that got popular that everyone loved, and I did not get it, and I still not on board. The White Stripes. I just did not get the White Stripes. Why everyone? Jack White's talented. I get that. I don't like the sound.
It's very bare bones.
He
He went almost cliche with the '70s, tube amplifier sound.
It doesn't sound very technical. I mean, it almost sounds like he's in a garage and recording it. But I mean, I get it. I understand why people like it, but it's not.
Well, he added the second layer of: is it his wife? Is it his cousin? Is it his sister?
We never figured. What was it actually?
His ex-wife.
His ex-wife?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not a big fan of fans.
But he never told people that at the
Right.
time.
Yeah.
Another thing. It's like Slipknot the Mask. It made you intrigued.
Yes.
It made you
wanted
wonder.
to know.
Yes.
You had to know.
She was a crap drummer too. I just never. I think that's why I didn't like it. I just could not stand her drumming.
No.
Yeah, but he was doing her, so
Yeah, it worked out. Well, mine, and I only have one, and it's because I walked by the freshman dorm, and Jason Leineke, because I got a Jason
Two
too.
Jasons.
Yeah. Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, man. That damn song
Like
was
blaring it?
everywhere. Everywhere I went, ooh, ma, I'm like, shut it off. I can't stand hearing this song.
Yeah, that's bad.
And you'd go to like the quad, and they'd be playing at the DJ, and oh, God. I mean, I understand that she was doing like lots of sales, and everyone was doing great. And it does have a good beat to it, but
La la la. Yeah, Lady Gaga ruled the world for like 2 years.
I will say though that Lady Gaga in her later albums, when she was doing the piano and singing,
Oh, she's a very talented
some
artist.
amazing stuff. Yeah,
But that damn song.
yeah, but the hits are all awful.
God.
The hits are all awful.
It's everywhere, man. Even the student radio station, it was there too. I couldn't escape it.
I'm sure not only the three of us, but everyone watching this too. There's certain songs that whether you like or not, you'll hear just half a second of it, and then it gets stuck in your head. My song has always been Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Year
should do a
round.
Christmas one.
It's in my head year round, and it has been since elementary.
What was the
school.
one I sang when we were coming in the room and you said, "Don't sing that; it's going to stick in my head."
POD's Alive. You've been singing that a lot lately, and then that's another one that gets stuck in my head.
I feel so alive.
Yes.
For the very first time. Oh, yeah. Which is a really good live, by the way. Great band live.
I've seen them live. Very good.
Very good. Sonny.
From San Diego, his hometown.
Yeah.
Sonny's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He's,
He was really nice.
he's very sincere when you talk to him. He's not a rock star.
No.
It's like talking to somebody you've known for years.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
a band that just they were breaking out when I was in college too. We played them at our college station.
Satellite.
It was even before Satellite. They had the Fundamental Elements of Southtown.
Yeah,
was that it?
Now, my wife would know. She was a huge POD
Yeah.
fan, so that's always cool. But that wraps it up, guys.
Yeah,
so,
it was a good one.
If you have any college songs that you jammed to when you were in college, or even if you weren't in college, whatever you jammed to in that supposed age, I suppose, comment down below, let us know, and we'll start a conversation. We'll call it that, right?
Yeah.
All right, we better get to work.
See ya.
We'll see you guys later. It's Rock 108. Yeah.